Hey guys, so normally this classroom would be full of people, including you all, but due to COVID, this classroom is completely empty. Um, I just wanted to bring a little bit of normalcy to talking about my capstone research, and I thought the best way to do that would be in the classroom. So for my capstone research, I decided to do beauty standards and body image. And I really wanted to focus my research on Southeast Asia and the United States. So when I started thinking about my capstone, I wanted to see what the major differences between cultural definitions of beauty were and the impacts of those definitions on different aspects of society. So I started out by asking, is there a common definition of beauty among different cultures, and what is the relationship between the judgment of female beauty and culture? COVID made me a little bit skeptical to going out into the field to conduct actual face-to-face research, so I decided to do analysis-based research. So I looked at the literature, including articles from anthropologists, sociologists, and social psychologists, since those tend to be the people that look into different cultures. So like I said, I did a cross-cultural study, and I focused on Thailand, Indonesia, China, and India. And I looked at the African American population and the Caucasian population in the United States. A few things that I found interesting was that family is the basis of the development of mental health issues that stem from beauty and body image. I thought that was interesting because usually your family are the people that lift you up and try to make you feel good about yourself. But in these cases, across all the literature I read, family tends to be the major critics of what people do in their lives. And the family, perfectionism, strictness, commenting on looks and weight, led to an increase in depression, anxiety, anorexia, and bulimia. And stemming off of that, a lot of the beauty standards typically differ between races. So during my research, I found that Southeast Asia and Asia tend to advertise more skin lightening and whitening products because lighter skin is associated as more beautiful and with higher status. Whereas in the United States, we see a lot of tanning salons, more advertisements aimed towards Caucasian people and their desire to be darker skinned. I know personally, I think that when I have tanner skin, I feel a little bit better about myself. And going off of that too, a major commonality between all the literature that I read was that Anglo-Saxon features are considered beautiful and attractive. So lighter skin, smoother, straighter hair, tall and thin, and that's the goal of most cultures, and that's the ideal in most cultures. I also found one thing interesting in this Asia and Southeast Asia. So their concept of feet and attractiveness. We don't typically think of feet and attractiveness in the United States, but it's a big player in beauty standards in Asia. So when I was looking into it, China typically tends to favor smaller feet and participate in foot binding, which is linked to patriarchal societies. Whereas Thailand and Indonesian cultures tend to think that women with larger feet are more attractive, and that is related to the agricultural benefits of their culture. Women with bigger feet tend to be able to work more, work harder, do more male-associated tasks. Another thing that I found really interesting, which actually I thought about in my health career, was the idea of cosmetic surgery in beauty, and typically that of breast. So one of the studies that I looked into found that breast firmness is more preferred and considered more attractive than breast size, which I thought was kind of strange because in the United States we tend to think of larger breasted women as more attractive, more eye-catching, and typically used in advertising. But these literature found that average or even smaller breasts that are more firm are more attractive. And I began to think about women who have breast cancer and have their breasts removed to prevent the cancer from spreading or coming back, and how they're usually asked if they would like implants. And they get to decide the size, firmness, shape, everything that goes into that. And I think that plays a major role, or they get their idea from societal pressures. So I just wanted to leave y'all with this quote, that beauty is greater recommendation than any letter of reference. And I think this ties together all the findings that I found in my research, because beauty, whether we want to admit it or not, plays a major role in our lives, whether that be school, work, relationships, friendships, it all plays a role.